One of the greatest fights in Naruto was Rock Lee vs GAARA. Even though there's 500 episodes in total, this one sticks out. The amount of times I rewatched this fight would get me transferred to a therapy clinic for a chronic addiction. You ain't rewatching this fight correctly if you're not watching it through this video, with the Linkin Park blessing your ears and trying to understand what the fuck ass comments are saying. After going through the absolute snooze fest of Sakura vs Ino, I had to force my eyes to stay open. If a shooter came up to my house and said, "I'll shoot you and your family if you don't rewatch Sakura vs Ino," I'd say, take my life and go to the next room and take theirs, cause ain't no way I'm going through that again. Then there's also Neji vs Hinata, which Neji took 0 damage and it was a one-sided bloodbath, just a mid-fight overall. Now lock in. It's time for the best fight in OG Naruto. Both fighters were selected with a 4K flat screen TV. Mind you, there's no phones in Naruto, and they use birds as form of communication. Shit didn't make sense. One thing I can respect about GAARA is he had clean intros. He teleported using his sand before he was even selected. He was feeding to squabble. Next was Rock Lee. I absolutely love his dynamic with Guy. It's so pure and fun. When Lee gets selected, he hits us with the iconic pose. If anyone hits you with this in real life, just know they are a complete sicko, and no matter how many times you drop them, they will continue wanting to scrap. And fight! It starts off with Rock Lee running at him full speed and GAARA just standing there aura farming. Bro, in OG Naruto, GAARA was that guy. Kinda reminded me of Piccolo in movies. Rock Lee hits him with a leaf hurricane, just to be stopped by a sand wall, which he then does 100 backflips. For no reason. He'd just be doing this shit for the love of the game. Rock Lee then hits him with a 10-hit combo, but to no prevail. GAARA had auto defense. He was damn near perfect parrying all his attacks. He didn't take one step since the start of the fight. It looked like Rock Lee had no chance, and this fight was a complete mismatch. This demon GAARA was just too OP. You think I've been glazing GAARA, but these two were sucking off GAARA this whole arc. Damn, you get it. Chill out! Lee then slips and nearly gets suffocated by the sand. Ref, where are you? End this match right now. Then Guy says, Lee, take off those weights and box. Me personally, I thought even if he takes off those weights, he still has no chance. Then Lee takes them off and it causes a whole fucking atomic explosion. How the fuck can he walk around with those? Didn't we just see him do 100 backflips? Everyone in the arena was stunned. This fight was going to go to the next level. Lee starts speed blitzing. He was hitting GAARA from the back, from the left, from the right. He couldn't keep up. Lee comes from the top and hits him with a Diablo Jumbe, forcing GAARA to take a bow. He was moving like a Disney princess. Then he connects a clean punch to his face, and GAARA was completely humiliated. I was a biased viewer, and I wanted Lee to win so bad. So this put a smile on my face as the leader of Team Rock Lee. But that was very, very short-lived. This genuinely scared me as a kid. GAARA was breathing like a monster, and he had eyes of a psychopath. All respect to Lee, but I would have quit in that exact moment. Ain't no way I'm risking my life for a Chunin title. He ain't worth it at all. Not even a little bit. What is a Chunin title gonna do for me in the afterlife? Lee, being the absolute fighter he is, begins unwrapping his sweaty tissue paper and hits the flash. GAARA wants to be nonchalant so bad, just standing in the middle, arms folded. We just saw you get whooped. There's no need to do this anymore. We know you're a fake demon. Lee starts doing kick-ups with GAARA's body, forcing up into the air. Then he wraps him up with the tissue paper. I know GAARA was holding his breath. That sweaty ass paper probably smelled so fucking bad. Lee then tilts GAARA's body facing the ground, head first using the primary lotus, and completely crushes him against the ground. His whole body messed up. He looked like a broken glass bowl. This fight was over and I was celebrating despite the odds. Lee has won as the underdog, but plot armor strikes again. GAARA's body was an empty shell. He generally has hacks. Who do I report this to? Riot Games, do something about this. GAARA appears behind him, laughing villainously. He then begins licking his lips, spawning a whole ass tsunami. GAARA ain't playing around no more. He's trying to kill our boy. We get a little flashback to Rock Lee's past, but we're gonna go right through that. It's the typical stuff. If you've been watching anime for a long time, you know it only means one thing: an epic power up. GAARA was moving like Prime Vegeta. The way he starts spamming keyboards after running out of moves. Lee was dodging them things though, like UI Goku. Lee had enough and starts going Super Saiyan. Am I watching the correct anime? This ain't no Dragon Ball Z. He opens up the third gate, then the fourth, and immediately rushes GAARA. He kicks him up so hard, GAARA was just floating in mid-air. He then proceeds to knock him around before using the hidden lotus. It didn't work the first time, and unfortunately it didn't work again. Anti-cheat can't keep up with GAARA's tomfoolery. He got too many hacks, cause his gold stops him from taking full damage. This was the beginning of the end. Lee has used up all his stamina opening the gates. His body's at complete fatigue, and he has no more in him to keep fighting. GAARA utilized this to his advantage, and uses his sand to shatter these arms and legs. But this wasn't enough for this demon. He then wants to end Rock Lee's life by submerging him in sand, but my guy has seen enough and steps in, which effectively ends the fight. GAARA may have won the fight, but Rock Lee won our hearts. All the fans across the world were Rock Lee supporters. Shortly after this though, Rock Lee gets his screen time and development he deserves after giving us this amazing performance. You thought Nope, Kishimoto has other ideas, and this is where Lee peaks. What did we do to deserve this? Lee had so much potential, but it just wasn't meant to be. Alright, I may have gone too far praising Lee. Gaara in OG Naruto was low-key carrying in the beginning. No one wanted to mess with him, and Gaara's development from this point on was amazing. He loses his devilish demeanor and becomes a better person throughout the show. These two led to one of the greatest fights in this series.